Morning students. Today we are going to learn about the topic is atomic number and mass number. In previous class you have studied the definition of the atomic number and mass number. Yes? Okay. Now what is mass number? Mass number, the number of protons plus number of neutrons. Number of protons plus number of neutrons is called the mass number. Okay. Here it is represented with A. Yes. Do you understand? Next one, atomic number. What is atomic number? The number of protons or number of electrons. It is represented with the letter Z. Okay. So A is the mass number and Z is the atomic number. Now here listen. Calculate the number of neutrons in the following atom. Calculate the number of neutrons. So what do you calculate? Neutrons. Okay. Neutrons in the following atom. So one example is given in your book. Magnesium 1224. 1224. Okay. Number of neutrons N is equal to A minus Z. A is what? Mass number. Z is what? Atomic number. Okay. Here you are consider the mass number is 24. Okay. The atomic number is 12. Mass number is 24. Atomic number is 12. So mass number minus atomic number. So 24 minus 12 is equal to 12. Okay. So number of neutrons present in the magnesium is 12. Okay. So first next one. Aluminium 13 and 27. So number of, what's the formula? Number of neutrons N is equal to A minus Z. So A is what? 27. Okay. 27 minus Z. Atomic number is how much? 13. So 27 minus 13 is equal to 14. Okay. So next one. P 1531. So N is equal to A minus Z. A is what? 31 minus Z is 15. Okay, so 31 minus 15 is equal to 16. Next, OS 76 190. Okay, here N is equal to A minus Z. So A is what? A is mass number. Mass number is 190. 190 minus Z. The atomic number is 76 equal to 114. Okay. Next, Cr 2454. So number of neutron is equal to mass number minus atomic number. Mass number is how much? 54. Atomic number is 24. So what's the answer? 30. Do you understand clearly the number of neutrons in the following atom? You are clearly understand? Okay. Next we are going to study the electronic configuration of atom. Electronic configuration of atom. It is very important. So you already know the electrons occupy different energy level. It is called orbit or shell. Yes, in the previous class you are studying what is orbit and what is shell. Okay. Now, what is the electronic configuration? The distribution of electrons. The distribution of electrons in different shell is called electronic configuration. Do you understand? Distribution of electron, which is very, very important. Distribution of electron in different shells is called electronic configuration. Okay. So, here listen. Nucleus is at center and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Yes. Okay. It gives the idea of position of electron. It gives the idea of position of electron. So there are 3 rules given by Bohr and Berry. Okay. So the first rule, second rule and third rule. Okay. Now you are studying the first rule. The maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in the shell is equal to 2n square. Okay. The maximum number of electrons it is accommodated in the shell is how much? 2n square. Here what is n? N is the serial number of the shell. Okay, serial number of the shell from the nucleus. Okay, nucleus is at center. Okay, do you understand? N is the number of shell. N is the number of shell. Okay, here listen. Shell. K, L, M, N. What is the meaning? The first cell is K. The second cell is L. The third shell is M. Next one is N. Okay. Here the value of N, the shell number. Okay. The shell number K is equal to 1. L is equal to 2. M is equal to 3. N is equal to 4. Here the maximum number of electrons. Maximum number of electron, how did you calculate? 2n square. Okay. So here 2 into n value is 1. So 1 square is equal to 2. So K shell, it's having the electrons 2. Okay. Next one L. So here listen, 2 into 2 square. So 2 into 2 is equal to 4. 4 into 2 is equal to 8. Here how many electrons are there? 8. Next one, M is equal to 3. So M shell number is 3. Okay. So 2 into 3 square is equal to 18. 3 3s are 9. 9 into 2 is equal to 18. Okay. Next, N is equal to 4. So 2 into 4 square is equal to 32. So the first rule you are clearly understand. Next we are going to study the rule 2. Okay. Cells are filled in the stepwise manner in the increasing order of energy. What's the meaning? First we will fill the K shell. Okay. Next we will fill the L shell. Next we will fill the M shell. Next we will fill the N shell. So here K shell is very near to the nucleus. So it's having least energy. Okay. You are going to study the third rule. Okay. So the outermost shell of an atom cannot have more than 8 electrons. Even if it has capacity to accommodate more electrons. Okay. Here listen. So for example, the electronic arrangement in calcium having 20 electrons. How many electrons? 20 electrons. So the calcium atomic number is 20. Now we are find out K, L, M, N. Okay. Here the first one is the K shell. K shell is accommodated 2 electrons. Okay. So 2. Next L is 8 electrons. Next remind the M shell also, how many electrons are there? 8 electrons. Why? The third rules are applied. Here the third rule is the outermost shell of an atom cannot have more than electrons. So cannot have more than electrons. How many electrons? 8 electrons. So now it's also filling with 8. So now your count 2 plus 8 10. 10 plus 8 18. Now remaining how many electrons are there? 2 electrons. So the 2 is accommodated in the shell in N. Okay, so K, L, M, N. These are the shell. Here K 2, next L 8, M also remaining 8 because outermost shell of an atom cannot have more than 8 electrons. Okay, so remaining 2. So how many electrons are there? Totally 20. Okay, do you understand the 3 rules? Next we are going to study the problem number 2. What is the electronic configuration of aluminium? What is the electronic configuration of aluminium? So the electronic configuration of aluminium atom Z is equal to how much? 13. So how did it is filling? In the K shell 2 and L cell 8 and M cell 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. Remaining how much? 3 electrons. So the 3 electron is filling with the M shell. Okay. So its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 3. 2, 8, 3 because K, L, M, N. Okay. So the K shell 2, next one 8, next one 18 and 32 you are studying. Here the third M shell only, very important, the outermost shell of an atom cannot have more than 8 electrons. Okay. So K shell 2, L shell 8, remaining 8 plus 2 is equal to 10 and remaining 3. So the electronic configuration is 2, 8, 3. Next we are going to study the geometric representation of atomic structure of element. Okay. Here already you know the mass number and atomic number of an element. We can represent the atomic structure. Atomic structure. So one example is given. The geometrical representation of oxygen atom is O816. Okay. Here the mass number is what? Mass number A is 16. Mass number is 16 and the atomic number is 8. Already you are studying in the previous class. Next, number of neutrons. How did you calculate? N is equal to A minus Z. Here A is what? 16 minus 8 is equal to 8. Understand? Here number of protons is equal to 8 and number of electrons is equal to 8. Both also same because both also same. Okay. Here the electronic configuration. So you are divided 8. So first one is 2. Next one is 6. K shell and L shell. Okay. 2, 6 is equal to 8. So atom of oxygen O816. Here listen, 8 protons are there and 8 neutrons are there. Next, in the K shell 1, 2. 1, 2. Next, in the second shell is what? L shell. Okay. So the L shell, how much? 6 electrons are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now we are going to study the valence electrons. Okay. First, you have studied the valence shell. What is called the valence shell? So the outermost shell of an atom is called valence shell. Okay. The outermost shell of an atom is called valence shell. Okay. Now, what is valence electron? The electrons present in the valence shell is called valence electrons. Okay. The electrons present in the valence shell is called valence electrons. Okay. What is the use of the valence electron? It can participate in the formation of chemical bond. Okay, formation of chemical bond or formation of the molecule. Formation of chemical bond or formation of the molecule. Okay, here next you are going to study the valency. What is valency? The valence or valency of an element is measured its combining capacity with other atoms. Okay, with other atoms when it forms chemical compound of the molecule. Chemical compound of the molecule. Once again, the valency of an element is measured. It is measured with combining capacity with other atoms when it is formed to the chemical compound of molecule. Okay, here you are understand, it is usually the outermost electrons only take part in the chemical reaction. The outermost electrons only take part in the chemical reaction. Okay. Here some of the atoms are donate the electrons and some of the atoms are gain the electrons. Some of the atoms are donate the electrons and some of the atoms are gain the electrons. Okay. Now you are going to study the zero valency. What is zero valency? Elements having completely filled outermost shell is called zero valency. Okay, the element having completely filled outermost shell is called zero valency. Do you understand? Here, elements which have the valence electrons 1, 2, 3. They are usually metals. These metals are donate the electrons. Okay, these metals are donate the electrons. Next one, the elements with 5, 6, 7. Usually they are non-metals. These are the metals and these are the non-metals. Okay. It will gain the electrons. So here listen. The non-metals gain the electrons but metal donate the electrons. Okay. So non-metals are accept the electrons. Now you have considered the oxygen atom. So oxygen 8. Okay, electronic configuration. How did you write? In a K shell and L shell. K shell it consists of 2 electrons and L shell consists of 6 electrons. Okay, so here listen, it is the nucleus and first shell is the K shell and second shell is the L shell. So here the first shell it consists of how much? 2 electrons. And the second shell, L shell, it consists of how many electrons? 6 electrons. Okay. Here, second shell. Here listen, the second cell, it is called the outermost shell. Okay. So this is called valence shell. Here listen, the valence shell 1 or 2 or 3. These are called metals and valence electrons 5, 6, 7. These are called the non-metals. Okay. Elements having valence electrons 1, 2, 3, 4. So their valency is 1, 2, 3, 4 respectively. Okay. So if your valence electrons on an atom is 3, then its valency is 3. So the elements having valence electrons 5, 6, 7, their valency is 3, 2, 1 respectively. Okay. The elements having the valence electrons 5, 6, 7, their valency is 3, 2, 1 respectively. So if the valence electrons of an atom 6, how did you consider its valency? 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. If the valence electrons of an atom is 6, here how did you consider the valency? 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. So all noble gas have how many electrons? 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. Okay. So the noble gas having completely filled outermost shell. So they are having zero valency. Is given in your book. Here the electronic configuration of neon is 2, 8. 2, 8. Okay. So here it is completely filled because here the second shell having how many electrons? 8 electrons. So what's the valency? Valency is 0. Next sum. Find the valency of magnesium and sulfur. Find the valency of magnesium and sulfur. The solution. First, electronic configuration of magnesium is 2, 8, 2. Okay. So 2, 8, 2. So how did you consider the valency? The valency is 2. Okay. Next, electronic configuration of sulfur is how much? 2, 8, 6. So how did you calculate the valency? The valency is 8 minus 6 equal to 2. 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. Why? If the valency of the electron is at 6, 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. Then its valency is 2. Okay. You understand clearly the valence shell and valence electrons? Okay. Okay students, today class is over. Thank you.